Sri Lanka, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are. It's another Friday night. It is the beginning of a brand new month, the month of March, and we're back on the show, coming to you, of course, on our Facebook platform, on Podhub, and on YouTube. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest in the studio with us, who's actually sitting in for Andy. Andy's at the big match. Andy was at the big match. We can't find Andy, and the situation isn't all that great.
We have been kept updated with everything that is happening.
I don't think I can fill those big shoes, but I'm here.
No, they're quite small.
But we're happy that you decided to join us, Nats. It's wonderful. It's a big week for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to basically get into that on the show as we go on. And we actually haven't had a celebrity join us on the show, have we?
No,
for the first.
Yeah.
We should celebrate.
We should. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
You don't even drink.
I don't drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't drink?
Oh
you
my
drink?
goodness.
Mama, please.
Okay.
He's a walking bottle.
A tavern.
So we got lots to do on the show today. As always, we're going to talk about as to what happened in Sri Lanka in the last 1 week or so, with Lanka last week, and also as far as we're concerned, we're going to find out all the things that we were up to as far as the first week of the month of March. Christian, how was your week?
My week was fantastic.
Oh yes.
Yeah, my week was fantastic because we had a batch outing, no?
Yes.
Batch outing was there, and it was super fun. We had over 80 of us who joined.
Wow.
Which was really good.
Where did you guys go this time?
We actually went to a place in Nelumdeniya.
Where is that?
Where is that?
That is somewhere close to Kegol.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Beautiful little bungalow, right, with an amazing view.
Right.
The pool is right at the edge.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So we were all very worried about somebody, tilting over and falling and breaking a leg or another. Nothing like that happened by the grace of God. But it was super fun. My
Right.
goodness, we had so many things. And usually, the crowd who usually comes for all these things were always there. No? So this time we had a bunch which didn't turn up for a long time.
Right.
For any of the events.
Right.
So it was really fun.
Right.
Catching up with those guys, and my goodness, we had so
Good
many things.
viewer.
Yeah. And we took a very mischievous photo also. Photo එක ගත්ත එකවත් තාම expose කරලා නැහැ. They have warned not to give to Christian because
It'll go on the show.
It will go on the show, and it's something that we cannot compromise.
Right.
All of a sudden, we all got out of the pool and decided to take a photograph,
Not bad.
and it was not a pleasant view.
I can imagine. I don't even want to think about it.
But more the controversy, the more the success of the show.
Of course.
So we've been asked to share and all, nothing. So yesterday we had a online meeting.
Right.
We were planning for the stag night. Are you going to be there for the stag night? No.
Seriously?
Right? No. Aren't you performing? No.
Seriously?
You are, right?
Do you perform for stag nights? That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
No.
You don't?
I have been asked actually.
You've
quite a few.
never performed
No,
at a stag
never,
night?
Never.
Really?
Never.
That's cool, no?
But I have been asked quite a few times.
Right.
So
Is it out of policy that you don't perform?
You don't know really what goes on during a stag night. I mean,
Do you not want to find out?
Tomians have asked me, Royalists have asked me, Peters have asked me, even Josephians have asked me. So, well, I think Trinitians have asked me as well. So, well, this is like way back.
Right.
Let's not discuss how many years ago.
Okay.
But I have been asked, and I had to turn it down.
Politely turn it down.
Politely turning it down, yeah.
Or do you just laugh in the phone? What nonsense.
I just charge like an exorbitant price, and they're like, "Oh, you're too much." And so then
See, that's what celebs do, no?
Yes.
When they don't want to actually be a part of something,
Yeah.
right? And this is something that you guys have to understand,
Oh.
right?
Uh-oh.
When you want somebody, right? When you want a celeb or a singer or an actor or an actress or whatever, you want them really bad to be a part of whatever you're doing,
Yes.
right? So you get in touch with them, and then they're very nice to you. They're very nice to you, very polite.
Or they will say that they're busy. Oh, I have an event on this date.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I can double book. And so It never materialized.
And they ask you all the details, okay?
Yes.
Because they have to go through that drill.
Yes.
Where is it? What time? How many people?
Can we send a vehicle to pick you up?
And then
I wish, as if.
So Natasha, can you please tell us how much your performance? Well, for a song, it will be about 750,000 rupees.
No, million, no.
So celebs basically, if they want to cut you off and they want to be nice about it, they give you an exorbitant amount because they know that it's not going to work out.
By the way, this is not directed at anyone out there who's charging these amounts.
Of course
I have
it
to
is.
specifically say that because I don't want to fall into trouble being on this show. It's like, oh, Natasha actually dissed me. You should see, she came on this Friday Night Live and she just... Friday Night Live?
You don't worry, you can change that. You can change the show as we go along, Natasha. It's all right.
That's all right.
Not Friday Night Live, right? Oh my God.
It's Good Night Sri Lanka.
Good night, Sri Lanka.
There
So I literally am here to put people to sleep.
Here we go. That's where we are. That's where we
Right.
are. Anyway, so Christian was actually talking about his batch. They're celebrating a milestone this year, Christian, right? So
50-30.
50-30, right? So they are basically having an event every single month, right? So boys' schools, let's actually have this. Every single boys' school, as a batch, they actually get together. They do so many different things. Is this have you been part of anything like, for example, from your school? On a regular basis?
I never heard
know what,
familiars
though?
doing anything like that.
Oh my God. I mean, you guys have to ask this question. I am actually really quite taken back because I've been invited to sing, but I think they always get me to sing free of charge.
Right.
And
That always happens, no?
yeah, so I think I did one event like long time ago, and then I decided, hang on, I mean, y'all have the funds, and y'all need to support a past pupil, right? And so I was never asked again.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Never asked
Same
again.
happened to me, even comparing. I mean, they get all these others, right? And then when they are stuck with something, when there is low budget, when there is no budget,
Right.
Machan, you're an old Jono, right? Come and do this, why this, that.
For the school.
For the
Exactly,
school,
you all need
you
to
know,
help the school. No?
You know,
so
this
I mean,
and
these.
that, So I also, I refrain. I've done a few, but other than that, when they call me the first time itself, Machan, why don't you go and get ABC like you'll always do? So, too bad.
And honest to God, I mean, I never really liked school life.
Why?
I was dyslexic in school,
Right.
and I loved singing. I loved the performing arts. I loved a bit of religion, I think. I loved English, and that's it. Like I had some really horrible teachers. I used to always get punished because when you're dyslexic, I mean, obviously I didn't know that I was dyslexic, and it was not something that it was even considered to be a thing, right back in the day.
Right.
And I always used to get punished by this, I think her name was, I hope she's not watching this.
Yeah, name her.
I think her name is Miss Shivanti. She's, I have loads to say. No, I don't know. Let's not say her name. But I knew this teacher who was always pregnant all the time. And she used to come with a ruler. And
Was always pregnant?
Yes.
Okay.
She was always pregnant.
Okay.
So
Right throughout your school life, she was pregnant?
No, every single time she came to class, she was expecting.
Okay.
Right.
So, and I really don't want to understand the plight of her children.
Wow.
Because she used to literally take the ruler and like really hit you like that.
Right, right.
So everyone in school used to like, you didn't do your homework today? Like, no. I didn't know how to do my homework.
Okay.
And so anyway, especially maths, I think I was really quite weak in maths and science, and but there were moments that I really loved about school, and I think it's the friendships that you build.
Right.
And but I know I always got punished. Either I always were kept right in the front with a friend of mine. I would sit right in the front, and I think this sister, I'm not going to mention names again.
I was right in front because I was always late.
All right, okay. You're late to school?
Late to school.
Okay, right.
Only late to school, no?
School, classes, everywhere I was.
I don't want, my mind is going into various.
Continue. Sorry.
But the only times I think I loved school was actually the performing arts and singing and dancing, and I scored the highest mark, and hence why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Right,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So you're not a big fan of school?
No, I think I had some horrible teachers.
Okay.
You know, it's the teachers that really make you want to love the subject or not. And some teachers are really lazy.
Right.
Some teachers don't really take that extra initiative to kind of, they make you do homework or they have tuition. They want you to do tuition.
Right.
Whereas you're coming to school to learn.
Right.
But it's the same thing now.
I've heard of lots of punishments in boys' schools. Some serious punishments in boys' schools.
Right.
Right. Was it the same in girls' schools also?
Oh yeah.
Like what type of punishments?
Mainly just standing outside in.
The hot sun.
Sometimes that too, but I think I was always outside my class standing, and I was happy to do that because I was missing.
Because you didn't want to be in school.
Yeah, I was missing a class. So,
Right.
And it was so much more fun when there was others standing and we used to like.
But that's not a punishment on that. I mean,
know,
that's
I
really
know,
not a punishment.
punishment.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember always
Goodness.
having headache or, having headache and going into the sick room, and
Right.
and those are the kinds of things I remember of
Yeah.
school. But I mean, that makes me sound like an idiot. But honestly, I mean, what I've learned is not really from school. I think after I've left school, I think life alone teaches you so much, and dyslexia is actually not something where you're unintelligent. Even Einstein was dyslexic.
Yeah.
And so many celebrities are dyslexic. But it's just that how you perceive something, how you look at something. And I think, in a way, I feel that I'm blessed to be dyslexic because I always looked at something from a different angle.
Right.
Where everyone else looked at it from this angle, but I always looked at something from a different angle. And I saw something different to all the others. And I think I consider it actually a blessing.
That made you stand out though.
Well, yeah, I guess.
All right.
Well, I'm here.
I remember, Shaq, back in the good old days, I don't know, your school would have never had. I'm sure HFC would have had.
Yeah.
Back in the days, our kiribanis.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I remember that too.
Shaq, that kiri packet and the banis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You will, in my entire life as a food critic and all that stuff, right? I have never come across that taste ever again after I left that.
You liked that, right?
It was so nice.
Yeah.
Right, it was so nice. So I was the guy who was always supposed to go and collect it on behalf of the class.
Right.
Right? And
the others never got it.
dala teacher lat monahari karla tuna hatara khari wedding geno.
Right.
For the hungry mouths to feed. Right? I remember this topic came out during this thing. I knew that there was a burst of a milk packet, and I had completely forgotten that it was me.
No, really?
Right? I was carrying one in my pocket, right? And this fellow came and
Tell the truth,
knocked
you
on
peed,
me.
no?
Right? No. He came and knocked on me, and the entire packet burst. Imagine Sudu Kalsame Ukkuma Kiri.
I would have thought something else, but I mean, like, am I supposed to say something?
Right? And we were having a good laugh. Right?
What
And
did you do? Tell me the truth.
No, that's
It's not kiri packet, no?
It is.
What were you thinking when you did that? Seriously?
I couldn't have had 200 ml of anything else going other than milk.
Okay, I'm not even going to actually go there.
I think it was 200 ml. Yeah, small packet. You remember the small packet?
Yeah.
Plastic packet comes in handy.
You measured it also.
I mean, come on, it has to be 200.
No pun intended there. It comes in handy.
It comes in handy. No, I mean, getting back to the other subject, Shaq, when it comes to school and doing stuff to the school, one other very crucial thing that people ask you is, Ekka Sindhu aine. Now, when it comes to comparing, paya aine,
Yeah.
ay ochchara charge karanne. right? I hate people negotiating my talent check.
Right.
I never do that as a principle. I said, you see, what you don't realize is you spend millions of rupees in organizing an event, right?
Absolutely.
And you get some dumb artist or some crackpot.
Why do you say dumb artist
No,
and look at me?
No. Right?
And pointed
I
at
will-
some dumb artist.
right? No. I'm trying.
Thanks,
I'm getting
Chris.
you.
I mean,
to,
I-
I'm getting you to acknowledge it.
Yes, I'm dumb. Acknowledge it.
Right? No. So getting back to the point. Getting back to the no. Apologies. I didn't never mention anything like that. Meant anything like that.
Stop digging.
It's just that you don't realize. Now, take for example a compeer, right? A compeer becomes, when you organize a show shack, the compeer becomes one of the vital people who can make it and ruin it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That fellow comes and talks some crap, right? Mentions some crap, right? Your entire investment is lost, right? They just don't realize that how important the role of a compeer is for the success of everything they put into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the stages, the dancers, the artists, everyone. One single word can ruin the entire show.
Sure.
Right? So what I say is, look, for that budget, I will get you 10 people. Schooling outreach korlo on tarang inna ekko denna.
They would have
Yeah,
happily
and the other thing is
take
that
that option.
there is so many now in the industry who really puts the market down.
Yeah.
Right? 5,000 karno tinno.
But isn't that the
Right.
case in any industry?
Exactly what I'm telling you.
So obviously, because times are
Yeah.
so hard that you
Yeah.
just want the job at the end of the day,
Exactly.
right? Be it whatever industry
Yeah.
it may
Yeah.
be, you are willing to basically sometimes even do it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, when you take a band, for example, right? I mean, the amount of energy you have to put into it, get the sounds, sound checks, Arab speaker, Russagana, Villa, transport, kalla, it's not worth it.
Have you
Natasha,
been-
am I right?
Have you been a recipient where they invite you for events, especially weddings and just events, and then suddenly it's like, oh, Natasha's here, let's get her to sing a song.
Yeah,
And so you're like put in the spot,
Yeah.
and you're like thinking,
And you can't say no.
you know, yeah, exactly. And there's a band playing, and then you have to just go and sing
A non-rehearsed song.
a non-rehearsed song, and obviously I've been quite a few times a recipient of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so many. And now what can you do though?
You tell them before you go there.
I am not
I
singing.
am not singing. I'm coming
Yeah.
for your wedding, but I am
Yeah.
not coming to sing.
Yeah.
And I must also mention about this, Natasha, I don't know whether you'll agree with me or not, these backup bands, right? Now, most of these concerts or shows that happen, only the artists come, no? You pay an exuberant amount to the artist.
Yeah.
Right.
එක සින්දුවක් කියලා යන්න. හරි එක සින්දු දෙක තුනක්. හැබැයි බැක් කරන්නේ කවුද?
Band.
අර
band,
අර
yeah.
තුට්ටු දෙක ගෙවපු බෑන්ඩ් එක. Right? And they are paid comparatively dirt cheap.
Right.
Right? But the entire outcome of the person who is singing is based on the backing.
Right.
But I think it's also the band's fault for not charging
Exactly.
their
That's what I'm
deserved
telling
amount.
you.
I
Yeah.
think everyone has a choice. Sometimes out of desperation, they actually
They
give
say,
these
okay,
weights,
yeah.
and they end up having to just do
Yeah.
anything and everything.
But isn't
Yeah.
it a thin line between desperation and exposure? That's what lots of people obviously start.
But sometimes there are
flaunt
bands
that
who have
word.
been in the industry for like 20, 30 years. And
Oh, really?
Still, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so they bring, I mean, I'm not like naming any bands, so I'm not really talking down on them, but I think, they need to kind of understand their value, and also they need to work hard because sometimes when they haven't challenged themselves enough, they fall into this
Ahinda's lot.
Ahinda's lot, right? And they end up just doing things to survive. And it's, yes, you earn, you play because you want to feed a family, but also you need to know your value. And every musician, I mean, I've been a part of not a lot of bands, but I think one band, but I've performed with a few. But I've heard stories where, and they charge like really next to nothing, and I think like, how many
Survive.
gigs do you
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
So and the organizers of these events, I mean, they have the money, and just like Chris said, they pay for everything. They pay millions and millions for hotels and the food and you know, the decor and everything. And then when it comes to the band, they're always like bargaining.
Yeah.
So I
I mean, you
don't quite
spend
understand that.
10 to 12,000 bucks on a plate,
Yeah.
right? And you get when you go and negotiate for a DJ, it's just damn 2 plates.
I don't
Right.
think DJs.
Yeah, I
pay for
mean,
Palos
yeah,
that,
Palos
no.
Dar. I mean,
කවුද කියලා කියන්න පොඩ්ඩක්.
No.
no, I mean
කියන්න පොඩ්ඩක්.
that's what I said. A couple of dinner plates,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Right. ඉතින් එහෙම බලුවම ඇත්තටම මේ it's very sad how this how the entertainment
And
world.
also, I realized, I mean, this has happened to me actually. I've been blackballed by certain musicians for having a standard. And I mean, see, I've worked my ass off to, you know, to come to a certain standard,
Sure.
right? And for example, if I charge this amount, they'd be like, what, you charge that? We charge like not even a fraction of that. I said, that's not my fault. And so you get blackballed for actually working hard and making a name for yourself, and
Demanding what you think is right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, when
And-
people tell me, Shaq, it's just 1 hour of work. I said, for me to do 1 hour of work, I have learned this subject right throughout my life. Right? I didn't learn it in 1 hour.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right? It's the experience. It's doing these things that made me what I am today.
But hasn't it, I mean, don't you think it's changed though over the years? It's much better now.
Much better now, but I mean, there are certain associations that, you know, I have been a part of certain associations, and I've been a part of the EXCO. And, but the funny thing is, when they have charity events, when you're in the association, Natasha, can you do this? So you really spend your time and energy, and you really want to help them. But when it comes to reciprocating that, it almost
doesn't
never
never
happens.
happens.
And they don't even like check on you. So I think people are very opportunistic. And luckily for me, I mean, I understand the industry now. I mean, I've been in the industry since the dinosaurs.
92 years to be exact, by the way.
And so I understand somewhat of how things work, and there's a lot more to understand, but I do understand when people are really fake and so pretentious, and what to do, this is the name of the game.
Let me put you on the spot though, sorry. Sorry, Chris. Let me put
I'm
you on the
not
spot.
naming and
No,
shaming,
I
please.
don't want you to name and shame on anybody. But given what you've learned in the industry after all these years, would you do it again?
Yes, of course.
Why?
Because it's experience, and but if I had to do it again, I would know what to do and what not to do,
Right.
and who to work with and who not to work with, because I have that insight, right? But I think it's actually quite it's ironic, honestly. For example, when I broke my leg, I'm not even asking for sympathy or asking anyone to be, you know, send me flowers or whatever, right? I'm a part of this big industry, right?
yeah.
And I've done so much for the industry, but not a single person, not even like, no one even like send me a message to ask how you are. I mean, my mom passed away, nothing. But I mean, I'm not expecting that.
Right.
But it's nice to have that, you know. I mean, I really don't know how to, you know, understand things like that, because I'm different.
Right, right.
I sometimes I live in this bubble where I actually think
Expect the other person also to be
no,
the same
also
as
yeah,
you.
because I mean we're human, and I mean I'm not going to be a celebrity every day. If I die tomorrow, I'm not going to take anything with me.
Right.
So This is just a job that I do, which is somewhat glamorous. Sometimes it's not. And when I'm on stage, I'm an actor. When I'm off stage, I'm just a human being. I mean, I'm just a simple person. So people really take this whole
facade.
this facade
Really?
so seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how do you deal with payments?
Funnily, I have
don't
a
get
rider.
paid.
No.
Funnily, I don't get paid.
Funnily, I actually have a rider. I send it in advance, and I make sure that the client pay me in advance. I think I've dealt with you, and you have been actually very courteous and lovely in that sense. And I've always got advance payment, and then I make sure that I get the payment on the day of the event, the balance, and that's how things have progressed for me. So I'm no complaints. I
So you've actually set a standard. So obviously people know.
Yes.
You know that.
And I think I don't want to blow my own horn here, but every single time a musician performs with me, I make sure that I pay extra. If they tell me a price, I will try as much as possible to give an extra, because I think, but I know the standards have really gone to the dogs, literally.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people are still charging the same thing that I charged, like, 10, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And cost of living is through the roof, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's really, it doesn't, I don't know, I can't
I mean,
find the...
we can carry on having this conversation as much as possible. There's lots to talk about.
Yeah.
But we've got lots to do on the show. We obviously are going to be getting into Nat's new song, which was just released a few days ago. We're going to find out all the details. I hear it's a song that's been actually in the works for about 2 years and finally materializes, and the video is out. If you haven't seen the video, we'll talk about that on the show. Right now, it's time for us to get into Lanka last week. What happened in our beautiful country last week? The things that we found interesting. We'll pick it out for you right here on Good Night Sri Lanka. Here we go. Yes. Our special guest in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, is Natasha, and we're definitely going to be starting off with what we have as far as our first item on the show is Lanka last week. Fuel distributors agreed to new formula according to the government. Now, how many of you, basically Nats and Chris, did you rush out last Friday? What? Okay, I'm sorry if we just saw the... Right, okay. How many of you rushed out last Friday when this whole commotion came about that there was no good, that's going to be fuel and the distribution issues and all that stuff? Did you go pump fuel?
I was happy to stay at home, and I had a few friends actually. I think we met to celebrate the launch of the song.
Right.
And he did it in style, I think. But no, I mean, none of us actually were worried. I don't worry about these things for some reason.
But you walk or what? You don't use a vehicle?
No. I in fact asked Damita.
Right.
I was like, no, this will just blow off. I mean, it's just someone's trying to create problems for the other. So basically, that's what it is.
Yeah, but it was like deja vu on Friday night.
My goodness, yeah.
Most of the fuel stations, obviously, again, there weren't queues as long as what we are used to, what we were used to like 2 years ago, kilometers and kilometers, but there were still queues. But yeah, every fuel station you drove by on Friday, that was unfortunate situation, and people were like, oh my God, not again, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But thankfully, that's actually blown over. Everything is back to normal again, but that was what we obviously experienced last Friday in Colombo and most parts of Sri Lanka. So that was our first story. What do we have? Next one. Here we go. High-tech speed guns, what Sri Lanka police can now do. I think there was another slide that actually gave us an indication of the stuff that the high-tech speed guns can actually do right now. Do we have that, Hamad? Let's see if we can actually... Yeah. Okay, it's. I mean, it's just brilliantly big. So we just have to. Can you see that? Can you read that? I mean, I can't.
Detects victims 1.2 kilometers away.
Go for it, Christian.
Right, equipped with dust. What? Dust cameras for enhanced accuracy. Features night vision technology for 24/7 enforcement.
Captures drivers.
Driver's photo also. Mala kheliya kauru venige kiti hote hai.
Yes,
I mean, now 1.2 kilometers ne?
Detects vehicles from 1.2 kilometers away even at night.
Even ape පාරවල් වල 1.2 kilometers එක දිගට තියෙන එකක් highway විතරයි. ඒ කියන්නේ signal එක මෙහෙම Gold Road, yeah, Marine Drive, yeah,
Duplication Road.
I mean, duplication road you can't do a 61 ඇද්දි මේ ළඟදී පාරවල් වලවල
Yeah, that's true.
Right, duplication road, Gold Road පැත්තක තියන්නකො. I mean, everywhere out of Colombo it's all Wanguno unless the signal must be traveling in a Wanguවට හරියන්න මේ කියොත් නිසා.
So not bad, huh? So detects vehicles from 1.2 kilometers away even at night. These are these new high-tech speed guns that the cops have actually got a hold of. Equipped with dual cameras for enhanced accuracy. Features night vision technology for 24/7 enforcement. Captures driver's photo, vehicle number and speed instantly.
And the person inside also.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So isn't it easier for us to put these cameras all over and than having, imagine, I mean, all these cops having these guns.
They have to do something, no?
Yeah.
But how many guns do we have?
I don't know.
Do they even know how to operate it?
They will. They'll figure it out. Yeah. They'll figure it out. And it also records video footage usable as court evidence.
I don't know how practical that is when a vehicle is now in Dubai highways. You actually see a flash.
You do.
Right? When hari baduma tamai.
Yeah.
Flash එක ආවා කියන්නේ you know.
Yeah.
Something went off, hari you are on camera. That means you are speeding. AK you can see every Tom, Dick and Harry inside the vehicle because of the flash and because of the high speed this thing. I don't know, but this will wait and see what.
But the thing in Dubai is that everything is interconnected.
Yeah.
Everything is interconnected with your visa,
and so
right?
is other countries like the States and Europe. I mean, it's the same.
Everything, that's right. So, and the thing is I mean, especially if you have especially in Dubai, if you have a speed fine and like you said, the flash goes off, you get your picture on your phone instantly. In about a minute, they get a message saying with you.
I mean, this market will never flourish in countries like Maldives, no?
Yeah, well, they can't drive, no. They run 1 kilometer and then they enter the country. Okay, I'm done. Into the country. Anyway, so right, new guns, new speed guns for Sri Lankan police.
I think we have bigger issues to deal with.
Monkey
we
shoes.
do. We have.
I think they should stop people jaywalking and really understand how to understand road rules.
The thing is this, right? How many times have they introduced fines for jaywalking? How many times have they introduced this bus lane, right? Buses have to only operate in this particular lane. How many times have they introduced where you can park and where you can't park?
And only in Sri Lanka, I think, where there is the traffic, the lights, and then there's a cop right in the middle.
Yeah.
So why would you have the traffic lights?
Exactly.
I never could understand that.
I don't.
And there's the worst traffic ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Except for Shaq's friend.
Yeah, I have a fantastic cop who basically owns the junction.
So when they see you, like, I'm out there.
No, you cannot get me. You never know. But the thing is, you know for a fact that he has mastered the junction so very well.
I hope he's getting paid well.
I hope so too. But the thing is, you don't realize the fact that you're being stopped there. I mean, for a while, because he constantly keeps the vehicles moving from all 4 different directions. So, and if he's not there, that's when pandemonium is.
Okay.
So, and the thing is this, right? You also realize, for example, if you see the traffic lights, there's always a junction box close to it, right? That's where they turn the traffic lights on and off whenever they want to.
So what he needs to do is be near the traffic that lights box.
But there's no lights there at that junction, unfortunately. So he's obviously
He
needed.
get all the lights.
All right, next one on the show. What do we have? Man arrested for riding motorcycle naked, claims he wanted to live
that we don't see often.
My God, this was such a big deal, though, right?
Let that man just live his life, man.
I saw a photograph on a Wala group today.
Right.
petrol tank, you get the petrol tank of the this thing, no? Etana seat එකයි petrol tank එකයි එකතු it's one surface, no? Etana podi mehema walawal dekak. This is the bike this guy had.
Oh God. So what was his? Did he lose a bet?
He lost a bet or supposedly something
poor
like
guy.
that.
Sri Lanka, na?
Yeah.
Sri Lankan or a tourist?
Yeah. Sri Lankan.
Oh, okay.
Sri Lankan. Because if it was a tourist, obviously there would be a big hue and cry saying foreigner and deport him and whatnot. But it's clearly a Sri Lankan. He I think, I mean, what I heard was he lost a bet, but he also wanted to sort of find out what the reaction was going to be by
He got
riding
a
down.
reaction, all
Yeah, he got a
right.
reaction, even the national news.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think he's happy with that because that was like 5 minutes of his fame.
yeah, that's about it. That's really it. So that was like the highlighting factor as far as
Imagine
the week is
when he gets
concerned.
married. That's me.
This
was me.
is our going away vehicle. You at the back, but you need to be dressed just the way I am, which is not dressed.
Honey, I was on the paper.
All right, next one. What do we have? Contaminated coconut oil in the local market, according to the minister. Right, this is pretty interesting. This obviously was something that was brought about at the parliament, and something they were actually talking about, especially this time. This is the time really because during the month of fasting, oil is consumed a lot in households because of the fact that what they make to break fast with all the rolls and the cutlets and everything what they fry. It's crazy.
It's not a PDD party.
Huh?
It's not a PDD party.
It's not a No.
Sorry.
No, this is cooking oil, Nats, not baby oil.
Hey, oil is oil.
No, Nats, no. There's a distinctive difference between a PDD party baby oil, right, and cooking oil. Right? So that's PDD in Sri Lanka with cooking oil, really. So that's the story. Contaminated oil. So please make sure that you obviously check the expiry date, which is of course very important, just in case that you are out there buying cooking oil. Okay, what do we have? Several roads in Yala National Park to reopen starting today. This was actually yesterday. They were just pelted down by rain.
Really?
Zone A, B, and C, I think 1, 2, and 3 was inundated, flooded. You couldn't actually go in. So they had to sort of close the park for about 48 hours, I think, till the rains ceased. And they must have lost a colossal amount of money, though, the number of people who actually go into the Yala
It's peace for the
Park.
animals.
Impossible, yeah. And animals don't really come out when it rains so much either. They've got their watering holes within the parks that they just basically hang around. So it's
But
good
do they
news.
stick to that number of vehicles that can go
What
into the...
nonsense.
No, right?
No, I mean, how many people have actually claimed that there's traffic jams inside the Yala Park? You know, it's...
That's insane, though.
It is. It
And
is.
Aligan Nanda Lunudano.
Really? Really? I didn't know that.
Those places when you the stops where they do in case for a couple of days badu nattang araka demma gama inna kollo tika.
Really?
Salt, they love salt, no?
Yeah. Anyways, that's the story. Next one on the show, what do we have? Fuel distributors to accept petroleum orders from tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So that basically is good. We're hopefully back to normal on that one. Moving on, GMO suspends island-wide token strike until the 21st of March. They were supposed to actually go on strike, I think, yesterday, and they were suspended till the 21st of March. And this is just giving us a pre-warning, and that it's basically going to be
Strikes
happening.
in there then.
Huh?
Strike in there.
So strikes now. No more strikes.
No, I mean, there's nobody to do strikes.
Because they're all in Parliament.
Exactly. No more strikes.
So no more strikes.
No more strikes.
All the strikes are in Parliament at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it was not necessarily such a happening week, as a matter of fact. The big matches are on, ladies and gentlemen. Last weekend we had the Anand and Naland, the big match, which was also a 3-day big match, which is great. Now we've got the Battle of the Blues, which is going on right now. It's, I think, the 146th Battle of the Blues. been around for yonks years. I think the second longest running encounter in the world.
Wow.
And yeah, it didn't stop for the World War. It didn't stop for COVID. Didn't stop for anybody, any mother's
Also
son.
happened during COVID also.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. And I think.
And it created a bubble.
Yeah, that was the one that created that entire Colombo was under a bubble because of that one.
It's quite ironic that even during COVID they had.
They did.
their match.
I think 2021 they actually had it, and there
Was the players wearing the mask? And
No,
I
no,
hope
no.
not.
Last big social event before the lockdown.
The last Roy tour, no?
So 2020 was the last big social event before the lockdown was 2021 they had the Royal Thomil. It was actually played in Hambantota, and no spectators. So they.
So I met one of my friends, junior to us. He's actually organizing these stalls.
Right.
And now back in the good old days, අපි ඉස්කෝලේ යන කාලේ ඔය අර stallion, May stallion, Blue Label, Mustangs, Royal Tour I don't know, but Josephians we didn't have these, Saints, these tents and all.
Right.
We would go in රුපියල් 500 රුපියල් 100 ටිකට් එක අරගෙන අඳුරන තාත්තා කෙනෙක් හිටියොත් එහෙම ආවරෙන් වර එකක් දාගනින් කියලා දෙනවා. නැත්තම් we used to with greatest difficulty smuggle it in. අණුවල බැඳලා අර කෙත්තාරාමේ උට්ට අරන් තියෙනවා. right? එහෙම කරලා දුක් විඳලා තමයි දැන් ඕක කරේ. දුක් විඳලා කියන්නේ බුදුහාමෝ ඩෝප් වෙන්න දුක් විඳින දුකක්. ඊට පස්සේ දෙහි හොයන්න විඳින දුකක්. ඇයි ඔක්කොම අර වැටිලා බංකුව ASCII වැටිලා ඔළුවේ දෙහි ගහගෙන.
What about your backpacks? You could have put it in the back.
check කරනවානේ. And we had this දැන් flag එක ගෙනියන pole එක තියෙනවානේ.
Yes.
එස්ලෝන් බටේ ගෙනියන්නේ.
How big is the
I mean, දැන් අඟල් දෙකේ එකක් වුණත් big flag, we have big flags.
Okay.
So අඟල් දෙක into දැන් don't you're bad at maths, I am also bad at maths. හරි ඒව නහන්න එපා. හරිද? අඟල් දෙකේ අඩි 8ක විතර පොල්ලක් කියන්නේ බෝතල් දෙක තුනක් ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්. මේකයි. So අරක ඇතුලේ තියෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම merchandise. Right? So we used to එහෙම දුක් විඳලා තමයි. But now what happens, these pavilions have come on to play, right? These tents, air conditioned, served by foreign guests.
Oh, really?
In bikinis.
Wow.
Oh, amma,
Right.
Then now say Royal though, now I know there's one of my friends, 25,000 food, unlimited drinks, everything for 3 days.
Wow.
අපේ උන් එක දවසට 25000යි.
I've been asked to perform
in one of those, right?
Tents.
Right? I mean, exuberant. I mean, we hardly watch the match.
Yeah.
හරිද? කරුමට මැච් එක ඔක්කොම all out වෙලා මැච් එක දින්නොත් එහෙම 3 වෙද්දි බොණ්ඩ වෙලත් නැහැ.
Right.
තව පැය 3ක් විතර බොණ වෙලාවත් අපරාධේ. Right? ඕවා ඔක්කොම වැළුවා we now as a batch we decided no. We are not going to go No. We are going to take a normal stand. Now, I think we are negotiating for 2,000 rupees, a normal stand.
Okay.
We are going to take our own papare. We are going to take our own booze. We are going to take our own cutlets. Right? And have a ball of a time තනියෙන්. අපි සෙට් එක.
Right.
වෙන උන්ගේ බල ඉන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. වෙන උන්ගේ ගෑනු බල ඉන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. අපේ වයිෆ්ලා ටික බලාගෙන අපි ඉන්නවා.
So this is also still at the match or somewhere else?
No.
Are you saying that
At the
because
range.
hang on. Are you saying that because your wife is going to watch the show?
No. No, not because of that. I mean, no, when you, now in these tents, there are so many batches, no? Batch of 96.
Realize how fast he became sober.
අපිට ඒව හල්ලන්නේ නැහැ, right? අපි අහිංසක අපේ ආතල්ල කරගෙන පැත්තකට වෙලා ඉන්නවා අපි.
මේ dog cage එකක් තියෙනවා ගෙදර.
Oh.
So my entire life has been in and out of cages. So
Anyway.
Nothing new for that.
So yeah, this is the month of March.
ප්‍රශ්නක් තියෙනවා අපිට. අපිට නැති වුණාට අපේ බැච් එකේ අයින් අසරණ මේ සන්තෝෂයෙන් ජීවත් වෙන යුවලයන්ට ඒ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. මොනා කරන්නද?
Maybe my song will be the remedy.
There you go. There you go. Then අපේ batch trip එක තියෙන්නේ. So there was this guy called Sanesh. Like he is the guy who motivates the entire group. He is heavy onto AI. Right? Posters දානවා, countdowns දානවා, voice clips දානවා. අනේ දා පොඩ්ඩක් අපි we were supposed to leave at 5. That was the official time. 5 became 7. 7 became 8. Went home at 11. අනේ ඌට දැන් ඔක්කොම ස්කෝල් ඇක්ටිවිටීස් වලින් අයින් වෙන්න කියලා වයිෆ්.
Oh.
ඔන්න වාන්ට ඉතින් පව්
We
නේ.
know who wears the pants in the
පව්
family.
ඉතින්. So පව් ඉතින් ඔයගේ දේවල් වෙනවා ඉතින් අපේ කොල්ලන්ට අපි we are mourning.
But the thing is, when it comes to big matches, right? And doesn't matter what school you are part of, right? I think all wives know that those 3
Yeah,
days
exactly.
you
Is a
just-
given.
is a given.
Is a given.
You're hands off,
Yeah.
right? You know that somehow
Yeah.
or the other he will make it home,
Yeah,
right? Where is he? What is he doing? Who is he with? We
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
These 3 days basically
Yeah.
take care of your liver.
And the other most dangerous thing, Natasha, I don't know whether you have seen or realized, now in these tents, it's free flow, no? Right? මුන් වයසක් බලන්නේ හරිද ළමයෙක්ද බලන්නේ adult කෙනෙක්ද බලන්නේ right I told this to this fellow I met also Duksan, you know, you all are going to bang your head on concrete the moment something goes wrong and some incident happens, everybody is going to come down your throat.
Yeah.
Right? It is just free flow, Shaq. Anybody can take. Right? අන්තිමේදී මේ පොඩි උන් හතර වටේ අර හතු පිපිලා වගේ මේ වැටිලා ඉන්නවා ඩෝංග පස් කාගෙන පවුනේ කාගේ හරි ළමයිනේ.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Right?
it's again, Christian, it's a given, no? At the big matches.
No, what he's saying is
The underage,
there's a age restriction,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For alcohol.
Yeah.
Right?
But
So
you know what though, I never understood why there has to be a limit. For example, if there's a bar and you can't have a school, because school is operational during the mornings and the afternoons, right?
Right.
And so, for example, even to get a license, I know Damita actually goes through this on a daily basis. If he wants to have a restaurant or if he wants to have some kind of outlet, there is always restrictions. Either there is a temple, there is a
there's a
boat tree with
school,
a. So
Yeah.
there is always restrictions, and I always ask, so is it a must that you know on Poya Day that you can't sell alcohol? No, it's just only in Sri Lanka. What is the concept behind it, though? Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is like for Poya days, you can't.
And that's the
it's not,
highest
that you can't
consumption of
consume.
alcohol
Yeah, exactly.
on Poya Day.
Because you look at the lines that stand out the bars the previous night.
Exactly.
Right? So and so no alcohol can be sold on Poya days. And one thing I just don't understand, why movies? Why the
say,
theaters are closed on
"Ayyo,
Poya
yeah,
days?
but
No,
here,
and meat?
You're supposed to be in
No
the
meat?
tent,
And no meat.
No meat, no meat. Yeah.
Like I never could understand that.
Which I don't think we have actually found as to why the reason that is, because no one's really sort of given us those details. Anyway, so that's the story. Now we're going to dive straight into Natasha. Oh no, hang on a minute before we get into game night. Hang in there.
What
hang
is,
in
what
there.
is going on?
Come on, Hamad. Right? So
Hamad.
Hamas. I call him Hamas.
Hamad.
So that's big week for you. Big week, right? So obviously you released the song.
Yes.
Give us a little backstory on the song. So I mean, it's been in the making for 2 years.
Yes.
What took so long?
So no, it's not 3 years.
3 years?
No, it's not 3 years.
4 years?
No, no. It's actually 2 years or maybe 1.5 years, because I remember when I broke my leg, I was really determined to get back up, right?
Right.
I mean, basically, literally get
Right,
back
right.
up, because I was, almost tied to a bed, because I couldn't do anything, and for about a good, I think 6 to 7 months, I was bedridden, and
Tell me about it.
it's
It
just
happened
crazy.
to me too.
I mean, you really, but for some reason though, I always kept my spirit up. I always had to see the silver lining in the whole situation, and there were a lot of things that I learned. I learned about myself, learned about literally in every sense, and this question, where they were like friends of mine, people in the industry. I remember even Bhati and Santosh asking me to come and sing with them like about 20 years ago or 15 years ago. And I wasn't ready, because
Right.
I was always insecure about my Sinhalese, because my Sinhalese was atrocious. And I never really had the guts to do something half-heartedly, because if I'm doing something, I think Damita can attest to this, or even I think you know, people have worked with. I can't do something half-heartedly and be satisfied, because that's going to tell on my conscience, and I'm going to have a, you know, a meltdown.
Right.
So I always wanted to do something in alignment with what I felt, and I never did anything for popularity, or I never did anything just to get approval for something. The approval had to always come from me.
Okay.
And I remember when I broke my leg, there was a friend of mine in Australia. He's like, you know, you really need to do some Sinhalese songs. And I said, I don't know whether I'm ready. Natasha, you have to do it. If you don't do it, I will fund the whole thing. Just do it. I said, I don't know. Because his excuse was, you know, for me to tour countries, I have to have Sinhala music, because that's our identity.
Right.
And it's not like I haven't sung Sinhala. I've sung Sinhala. I've done movie projects. I've done movie theme songs, and I've won awards for it. But I still, there was something within me it was lacking, you know, the confidence. And then in 2022, actually, I sang this song for this movie called Abilana Sului. And Indra Chapa, it was a remake of another song called Manike Mama Gedara Enava by M.S. Fernando. And he said, Natasha Mamme Sindhu Hadano, I want you to sing it. He spoke in Sinhala, obviously. And he said,
What make hadalo?
Mama wage voice එක තියා මේ ඔළුවේ තියාගෙන තමයි මේ track එක හදන්නේ. ඔයා පොඩ්ඩක් අහලා බලන්න. I said, what is the song? I said, I'm not going to say yes until I hear it, and until I like it, right?
Right.
And then he sent me the original artist song, and for some reason, I mean, I was like, no way. I mean, hell no, I'm not going to sing it, because it was more. I said, no. Me Sindhu thamai, habai, I'm going to remake the whole thing. I said, okay, when you remake it, let me know. So 1 year passed and nothing materialized. So I thought, okay, I mean, obviously I'm not the person for the song. And 1 year after, when the movie had released and they were doing this whole, you know, it was touring, what do you call it? They have, movies premiering in other countries. What do you call it?
Premiering.
No,
the premiere.
No. Like I can't. Screening in other countries, and they started getting recognition, and they won a few awards as well.
Okay.
And then he approached me. He said, "One matakada, you know, I told you about this project." I said, "That's not happening, right?" No, that's happening. And I said, you never called me, you never, no, I want you to sing it, now it's ready. I said, send me the track. So when he sent the track, obviously music is everything for me. I mean, I had to really hear myself singing on the track. And once he sent me the track, I actually loved it, because there was a 80s, like a blues, there's a bit of a rock feel to it. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. So we did the song. I'm going to tell you the whole rundown about the whole thing, right? And then we did it, and I was really happy with the song. It gave me pure artist, creative freedom to do most of it, except he said pronounce it at
words.
This. Yeah.
Right.
So I did the song. Then I was touring actually that 2019, I think. I actually had quite a few gigs overseas. And then the producer and the director called me and said, you know, we're planning on shooting the video. I would really like for you to, when are you free? I said, I'm coming. I gave dates and everything. And so when I came down, then they messaged and said, you know, we can't do the song, we can't shoot it. I said, why? Because the family of the artist who owns it didn't like me singing it, because I was a woman, and the song itself said Manike Mama Gedara Enava. It's a man's song from a man's perspective. So the movie was about this woman, so from a woman's perspective. So that's why they wanted me to sing it.
Right.
And I was a little disappointed because I was looking forward to it. I mean, it's kind of a novel project, right, for me. And but I let it go. I didn't sulk, or I was a bit disappointed though. And it went to the extent where it was not given permission to play on any of the radio stations, any of the TV stations.
So by that time you've already recorded that song?
I had recorded the song, only they gave permission for the airing of the movie.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And once the movie came out, all these singular radio stations started calling me and saying, Natasha, may Marama Honda Sindhuaka, can you? I said, it's not my song. I can't give you permission to air it on radio. I said, you have to talk to either the producer or the director or the owner of the original song.
Right.
So I was, again, I mean, I let that go because I don't really harp on these things.
So was it ever played on radio?
It was never played on radio, but except when I was interviewed based on the movie and based on the movie song, it was given permission. I mean, I could actually play it.
Right.
And then what happened was in 2022, I had, out of the blues, like that week, I got a call from this event, I mean this award ceremony called the Gnsl Award. Said, you know, you're invited for this event and this award show, you have to be there. I said, why? That was the time of the Aragalaya, and you know, that was a whole, you know, and I was really not in the mood to go anywhere. And I said I was coming, but then I think it was on a Sunday or something. And then I told Amit, I said, and we were literally in front of the parliament and we were getting tear gassed and everything. So I was really not in the mood to kind of go and, you know, attend any events, because it was a bit of a, you know, a situation where, you know, you don't want to party. Yeah, exactly. And then that morning, I had told them, Damit's like, are you going for this award ceremony? I said, no, I don't even have anything to wear. I'm not even like planned anything. I'm not going to go. And they called me in the morning and said, Natasha, enavane me award ceremony? I said, nah, mama, ada inne hai. Hey, in the morning, I said, hey, no, they didn't tell me anything about an award or anything. They said, me movie ekata godak me thanak tiyena. I think everyone, it's recognized. I think you need to be there as a team. So they never told me anything about winning an award. So honestly, I didn't even have anything to wear. So I was like, what the hell? What am I going to wear? And
biggest problem.
Huge. The
biggest problem.
You have a closet full of clothes and you don't have anything to wear, right?
Forget receiving any award.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to wear.
So ultimately, I had to literally mix and match, put something together, where a friend had given me like 2 saris which I hadn't touched. I literally, I think I can say this because I'm not on national TV. I literally wore a black bra.
Right.
And I literally draped the sari, which was I think a Satyapal sari, and went for the award ceremony and sat. I think Urani was sitting right next to me, and I was just enjoying this thing. Was like what's going on? And then there were categories, and then best female singer in this category for the movie, and they were all. I was like. And Nanda Malini was also there, Dr. Nanda Malini, right? And I was like, hell no, I'm not going to be winning any of this. So I was like, and then they announced my name, and I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
Like, seriously? And that was the time that my legs were intact. Right. So I could like go wearing a heel. And that was what actually gave me confidence to kind of even think on the directions of doing a singular song, and that really kind of boosted my confidence level. And thereafter, I actually called Azlan and I said, you know, I'd love to do a singular song, and I don't want to sound like anyone out there. I want to sound like me, but it's sort of like the Western meets Eastern, because I come from that background, and I want it to be an impactful song where maybe we can talk about what we have gone through. And Damit and I was actually going through some stuff which was, we had gone through some stuff which I think a lot of married couples go through, and really don't talk about it. It's swept under the rug, and it's a human thing. I mean, when you're married for a long time or you're in a relationship for a long time, you take each other for granted, and you really don't know the value of that person in your life, that significant person in your life, and you really kind of. And me practicing metaphysics, and I mean being a metaphysician, also helped me understand from a deeper perspective. And so I told Aslan, I said, can we do a song where, can we also incorporate where we are also sending a message out there, where it's going to impact people. It's not just a song, and I don't want to. I have nothing against Mal songs, but I mean, I don't want it to be any other song. I want it to be something inspiring and something empowering, and
which reflects your personality
and my personality.
Right.
And so I wrote the concept of the song, the whole storyline and everything, and I gave Ansaf Amir is the lyricist. He beautifully narrated it. I mean, I don't know, he really understood the concept of it, and obviously I got to work with Aslan back again, and I'm really grateful for the collaboration. I think we make a really good team, always have, even though we fight like cats and dogs. I think
who doesn't he fight with?
Yeah, no, well,
Me?
Who doesn't he fight with?
But I think I fought with Aslan more than I fought with Damodar.
Oh,
so that's not
that's
good,
saying
right?
something.
Yeah.
That is saying
no,
something.
No, not like that. But I mean, creatively. Creatively.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, Aslan and I have a very platonic friendship, which I really respect him, and I really look to him for respect and guidance in terms of the creative music.
Right.
So, and he makes it very difficult for me to even think about working with anyone else. I've only worked with Aslan and Fasan.
Right.
Fasan is another amazing producer, but in terms of certain emotional stuff, I think Aslan, has
brings out the best in you.
And also I think Aslan has that emotional intelligence to understand it from, I think he's working with another friend of mine right now, and we understand his capacity.
Right.
So don't get your okay, fine. Keep it short and simple. Okay. And so this song is about a couple who has been in love and who lose their way, and then there is infidelity that creeps in, and both sides, and then at the end they understand that infidelity has crept in because they haven't had time for each other because of life and their work, and that's the truth of our story. But obviously the music video is a slightly different narration.
Right.
And then they understand that they need each other, and it's a love doesn't die, and
they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, and also when you take lust is temporary, love is eternal. So that whole song talks about that. And sorry, it's a long. I could have said it in a very short, but I needed to kind of bring context to it.
Just before we basically, I think we sort of understood the backstory of it. You've released the song just a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
How has 2 days ago. How has it been accepted?
I was a bit nervous because only because it's in Sinhala, and I don't want to say negative things, but I don't really understand the mass market. But I did do a test run when I was on Sri Lanka's Got Talent. I did this particular song because the judges were asked to perform at the grand finale,
right.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna take a risk, and I'm going to do half of the song to get the pulse of the people.
Right.
I think I watched this.
And surprisingly, everyone who heard it, I mean, everyone who watched it, everyone who understood who watched the whole thing, gave me really positive feedback, and they wanted to know where they can download the song, and so that really kind of gave me, okay, now I'm ready to kind of do the video.
That's a great platform.
Yeah,
that has worked out well.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's when I, again, Aslan, to do the video, and I think everyone, like starting from the actors, Shanuka and Harini, beautiful model. I think she's also getting into movies now. Shanuka is basically a home. I mean, he does a lot of teledramas, and he's synonymous amongst the masses.
Household name.
Yeah, household name.
Right.
And so, all of them, without any even hesitation, when I asked them, I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it, and it's your song, so obviously I'm going to come and do it, and everything, worked so beautifully.
Right.
And the energy was good. I mean, it was almost a 24-hour shoot. We did it at Cinnamon Life,
Right.
At one of the penthouses. A friend of mine called Imran Kader, and everything just worked so beautifully. And I'm really proud, actually, in a humble way, to bring this, launch this for Sri Lanka to see. And so far, so good. I mean, it's been almost just 2 days, and we've got 35,000, and I didn't even expect that.
Nice.
But this is without any promotions, but now from today onwards, I have a whole heap of interviews, and it's going to be on rotation on radio, Sri Lankan Sinhalese radio, and TV, and all that. So it's just, I just have to wait and see. So I mean, I'm just loving the attention it's getting.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations on that. It's nice to have you back on the charts again.
Thank you.
Back in the world of music, and things obviously have changed a lot for you in the last couple of years or so. I think maybe it's a blessing in disguise that the accident you did have at that point has changed your perspective in life.
Absolutely.
And the route that you've actually taken after that has sort of grown.
I have to mention that back in the day, when you even asked me to come for an interview, I think Aslan knows this because we've had conversations with regards to this. I would shy away from any interview, whether it's radio or TV. I would have really, I would really have stomach problems, and because it was really bad. Like I mean, I didn't, like, I hate talking about myself, but now I can't shut up. Yeah, that's changed.
Good, excellent. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Just get a hold of a brand new song that's actually on YouTube right now. And
it's called Samuden Nepa. Please go watch it. Comment karanda, like karanda,
share
karanda.
All right. Anyway, we're at the end of the show. It's about time for us to finish up with game night, and we've got Nats on the show. And usually Nats, of course, this is how we play Nats. There are 6 questions appearing on the screen, each with 4 answer options, okay? Each of you, of course, supposedly have 15 seconds to choose the correct answer for each question. And till the 3 of us actually give out our options.
But you all know the answers already.
We don't know.
We have never known.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not putting me on the spot.
No.
No sport.
All right. All right. Yeah, Christian just basically blurts out the answer, and then he asks what the question is. That's Christian. Okay. All right.
So you know the answer.
No,
already.
none of us do. None of us do. We don't know
I
anything.
say the answer, then look for the question.
So who did the questions? Who did the questions?
Aziboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anonymous. All right, let's go. First question. Here we go. What is the longest side of a right-angled triangle called?
C. I can't even pronounce that word. Perpendicular. C.
I would say B. Nats?
I would say B too.
Yeah? Okay. The answer is?
It's B, yeah? Not D.
Oh, it's
It's the second one.
Oh, so it's, I was right. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So technically that should be on D, right?
It's It's a first. B is high.
Shaq.
Yes, yes.
Shaq, lose. Your
Right.
icon is-
Right, okay. What a great guess that was.
What happened there?
Yeah, change of the alphabet.
Okay.
What role did C? Joey Tribbiani.
C.
Two already.
Okay.
C. So Shaq 2, Natasha 0.
I just said.
No, you have to say first.
I'm saying first.
Istala giyana. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Name the artist who painted the Starry Night. Come on.
Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I
C.
said.
Yeah.
I said it.
Anyway, I'm a little slow to everything. So
Christian 1, Shaq 2, Natasha 0.
Oh, Natasha. Name the character shown in this video. Betty Boop.
wait till you
I'm sorry, I'm just
stop stealing the answers.
Shaq 3, Christian 1, Natasha 0. 2 questions to go.
Okay, Natasha, come on, Natasha. We'll make it easy. Well,
Red.
red.
I said red.
Yeah.
Christian 2, Shaq 3.
Natasha 0.
Oh, Natasha.
0.
Lead by more than last question.
0.
Last question.
But I thought it.
Let's get this.
That should count for points.
This is made for you.
Okay, we won't answer Natasha till you answer.
Beyonce.
Shakira.
Beyonce.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You still lose.
And you are the loser.
Oh.
Yeah, but you all need to give the guests a preference to answer.
We gave you preference to answer.
You all have to keep quiet.
Yeah, but if you kept quiet, you wouldn't come up with the answer.
No, I would come up with the answer.
Okay, here's the punishment for you. Hum your favorite potpourri tune, but in the sound of a potpourri trumpet. How's that nuts?
We'll give you the beat.
Yeah, you
God.
Beat the beat me can then.
We clap. You will do the corporate sound.
Shit, what's the
Dixie Digani thamai.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, clap.
Can I sing it
Sing
instead?
Sing it.
No. Okay. Okay.
Enna pudupagane.
Okay.
This is part 1, 2, 3, go.
I can
Sing.
sing it.
Sing.
I can
Let's
sing
sing.
Okay,
Let's
sing
sing.
it.
Sing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Surangani tamalu genava.
Karakila dekata namila.
Malu me dan genapu malu. Surangani tamalu genava. Oh, enough. Kare ananne adim pirim bala innava.
Rindapanangi.
Oyandanava oyage aswatuenava. Malanginna matatanava. But how do you make it like a trumpet sound?
Yeah, well, that's something else.
Well.
Anyway, we had our own little big match party here. Anyway, thank you very much, Nats. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks,
the show.
Thank you for
Nats.
having
Nice
me. I think
meeting
it
you
was-
again.
I was a little kind of on the edge, but I think it was fine.
Oh, we had a good time.
And I was specifically said, it's a fun show, Natasha. You can't be serious.
Yeah.
Fun show.
Yeah.
It was- yeah.
Clearly that
It's
didn't
always
work.
fun with the three of us. It's always fun with the three
It
of
was
us.
fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of the show. Just before we go, we need to basically run back into our followers on the show. Oh, we don't have it. Okay, but we'll officially let you know that we've actually topped 1,000 followers. Okay,
1,000?
Oh, wow.
which is
Yeah.
a huge deal for us, Nats.
Now it's 1,100 something.
because this is what our 29th show.
Yeah.
Is that 20? How about 29? 29 shows.
But how many likes?
Uh,
How many comments?
a ridiculous amount.
Yo,
Ridiculous.
come on, you know, that's sick.
Yeah, we have
Oh.
it's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
But for a show that's going on once a week since August, and right now we are at 1,150 or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm
Wow.
getting daily friend requests
But
also.
since I'm on the show, it will just go to 1 million.
Yeah, we are
Yeah, there you
expecting
go.
to. It'll go to more than Natasha's account. How that? Go to 1 million. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. We're done. We'll catch up with you once again next Friday night right here on our platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Nats, thanks so much for being a part of the
Thank
show.
you for having me.
All the very best for
Pleasure.
the
Yes.
song,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully we'll drag you out one more
I'm
time.
going to
later
go
on.
and press like and share
Yes,
and everything.
share karanna,
Like
karanna,
the mama
comment
karanna.
karanna, subscribe karanna.
Subscribe karanna.
The mama
Karanna.
karanna. The mama karanna.
Now you have to share it on your Facebook. You have to share it on your Facebook.
Yeah, will do.
No, you have to do it.
Have to do
Okay,
it.
you
We have to do it.
it.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Have yourself a wonderful night, guys. We shall catch up with you once again next Friday. Till then, good night, Sri
Bye-bye.
Lanka.